Hey guys, this is a quick kind of setup on what to do when somebody decides to stand in your guard to pass it. So he stands up. I'm going to very quickly show here an option by dropping your hips when they fully stand up. If they properly go to do this pass to break the legs, I can grab both legs and drop my hips and I push them away and I follow up with them. That's just a very quick and easy one that you can do. It's not always guaranteed because people can just sit right down in it and stop it from happening. But what I'm showcasing here is what happens when somebody decides they stand in too close. They start to turn into you to pass the leg, try and drive a knee across your belly to kind of trap you or do whatever. So what I'm doing here is I'm underhooking on the leg and I'm dropping my hips down, kind of not to the ground fully, just enough where I can get a knee shield in, and then I'm hooking the top of my foot across his thigh. This allows me to create a guard or frame across his belly to make it harder for him to be able to pass, and I'm dropping the leg to be able to attack it. To get him to fall down to the ground, I can either rotate around to get him down to his side, or I can push him away so he falls. As he falls, I'm putting my leg out and around to be able to trap it to get the hold on the ankle lock. Again, this just goes through it. So I'm underhooking, dropping my hips, getting my top of my foot across his thigh. I'm making sure my knee is outside of his legs. This allows me to get my leg out when he falls down. I can also get a calf slicer from here in this position, but it's not always going to be a guaranteed thing. I can also get up, stand up, and also come in for the ankle lock that way, or I can take the back from that position as well. So again, he stands up, I grab over this time just to kind of showcase it, but I like to go under for this part. But again, drop my knee through, top of the foot on his thigh, knee shield is across. This is where he's starting to turn into me. They can potentially pass, but it is kind of hard. Even if they drop all their weight down on me, I can still push them away to be able to get this ankle lock. Right? So when I fall into this position, you still see I kind of have an underhook on the ankle. That's fine. I can just pass my arm over and stuff the foot through to be able to finish the ankle lock here. Now, I'm not set up fully in the ankle lock because I'm trying to show my students kind of what the setup here with the ankle lock is. What's important with ankle locks is I want to make sure that I'm not pushing his foot too far past my wrist bone, right? When we do ankle locks, we want to make sure that we're getting it right on our wrist, and I'm putting his Achilles tendon right on it. And my telltale is I can feel the back of their toes right on the back of my shoulder blade, nice and tight. And then when I go to do the submission, I drop all my weight on my shoulder and I look back. So you'll see what I mean here in a second. So I'm just getting set up in. And when you're in ankle locks, you want to make sure you're trapping the leg in between your legs. So here I drop my head to the ground, all my weight on my shoulder, and I don't extend with my back. I look away. Looking away will secure the tap a lot better than trying to extend your body. And you'll see the difference here in a minute. It takes a lot longer to tap by just trying to extend my back versus looking away. He taps a lot quicker. And that's how I get my secured ankle lock taps. They can come on really quick. And even in the case where it fails and I don't get the leg trapped properly, but I still have the ankle lock set up, as long as I look away, I'm still going to get the tap no matter what, as long as I can get it snapped on real quick. So one more time, I drop my hips down, the top of my foot goes on his thigh, and I have a knee shield across his belt line on his belly. When I want to get him to the ground, I push him away, and I trap that ankle immediately. I'm also trying to get my leg, the that's hooked onto his thigh. As I push him away, I'm making sure that's going under his leg, and I instantly drop my head to the floor and look away. So here we get right into our second option, which is the back take. Back take is all set up the same way, where he stands up in my guard, decides to worry about the pass. I drop my hips down, drop my foot on his thigh, knee shield, all that jibber jabber. But what's different here is I'm passing the leg over my head, and I'm going through his legs to be able to take his back. I do want the underhook, which is very important. So as you can see here, I've got the underhook. I drop my hips down, and I get my foot across the thigh, knee shield. And if he collapses on me, like he does here, I can just push him away. Right? Doesn't matter if he collapses, I can push him away, and I can keep going with this setup. And he's forced to stand up because he's fighting against all of my weight around my legs. So here, I'm hugging tight on his leg. I'm not letting it loose. It's really tight, and I pass the leg over my head. I kick my feet out, and he falls right down into my back take in this position. It's pretty effective, pretty fun, pretty easy to do, and it's good for white belts to learn, because a lot of people get confused when somebody might stand up. They might not know what to do. So here, I'm underhooking the leg. I'm grabbing right onto the pant leg, or their pants. In no-gi, this is also the same, but I don't have to grab onto the pants. Grabbing onto the pants allows me to pass his leg over more, and it allows me for better control. And when I get behind him, I hook my feet into his knees, and I push away. Pushing away is what's going to make him fall into me. If I don't push away, they're just going to be able to stand up. And I get my seatbelt grip, we fall to the side, and now I'm ready to do my attacks from the back. And when we're in back position, we never cross our feet, because right there, I got him to show what happens is they can do a foot lock on you, which sucks. It does hurt, and it does work. We can go for a body lock option. You can cross your feet, but don't cross them quite literally. I like to put one foot on top of the other, and I do it way off to the side, kind of up by his hip. This makes it harder for him to be able to do that foot lock scenario. Or you can put your feet inside of his thighs and push them away to make it harder for him to be able to maneuver around. So again, he's in my guard. He wants to stand up. Right? That's a way to pass the guard. He stands up, and I go in for the underhook. And I'm grabbing right onto the pant leg when I do this. This allows me to keep control of that leg that I'm attacking. And you can attack either leg, doesn't matter. It just depends on which way you're more comfortable with. So as you can see, I get that knee shield in, across his belt line or his belly, whatever I can get. Foot's on his thigh, and I pass the leg over his head. My foot gets caught here, which may happen. It does suck. And I just push away. This is a very slow, gentle one. And we fall to the side.